I thought someone else was doing that. 5 words, hundreds of hours lost every year, a client relationship damaged, a project delivered late, a good employee burning out because they were doing work nobody asked them to do. This sentence is the most expensive sentence in any growing company, and it has a fix. When a company is small, role clarity happens naturally. 10 people in a room, everyone knows who does what. But when a company grows, 20, 30, 50 people, something breaks. Roles that were never formally defined start overlapping. Responsibilities assumed by one person are also assumed by another. Decisions that need to be made get passed around until someone makes them. Or nobody does. The result? Duplicated work, dropped balls, and a team that spends more time in alignment meetings than doing the actual work. And when you ask who is responsible for something, everyone points to someone else. Most companies try to fix this with a bigger org chart. More levels, more boxes, more reporting lines. And it makes things worse because an org chart shows who reports to who, not who owns what. Those are completely different questions. The fix is a RACI matrix. You have probably heard of it. It stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. It is a one-page tool that maps every key function in your company against 4 questions. And when everyone can see it, I thought someone else was doing that. Disappears. I am going to walk you through how to build it. I will use a real example, a product launch process, so you can see exactly how it works. The free template is in the description. Before you fill in the matrix, you need to understand what each letter actually means, because most people use RACI wrong, and that is why it does not work for them. R is responsible. This is the person who does the work. They execute. They deliver. There can be more than one R for a task. A is accountable. This is the person who owns the outcome. If something goes wrong, this is who answers for it. There can only ever be one A per task. If there are 2 A's, nobody is actually accountable. C is consulted. These are people whose input you need before the work is done. They have expertise or a stake in the outcome. You need their feedback before moving forward. I is informed. These are people who need to know the outcome, but after the fact, not before. They do not give input. They just need to be kept in the loop. Step 1. List your key functions or decisions down the left column. Not every task. The 10 to 15 things that matter most. For our product launch example, market research, go-to-market strategy, pricing, content creation, sales enablement, customer success, handoff. Step 2. List your roles across the top row. Not individuals. Roles. Product manager, marketing lead, sales director, customer success manager, CEO. Step 3. For each function, fill in 1 letter per role, R, A, C, or I. Start with the A. Who is ultimately accountable for this function? If you cannot name one person, that is your problem right there. Step 4. Check for 2 common RACI mistakes. Mistake 1. Multiple A's on 1 row. Fix it, pick one. Mistake 2. A column with nothing but I's. That person is not needed in this process. Remove them or find a meaningful role for them. Step 5. Share the matrix with your team. Not as a document they receive. As a conversation you have. Walk through it together. The gaps and overlaps will surface immediately. Update the matrix based on what you learn, then use it. Here is what separates a manager from a leader when it comes to roles. A manager assigns tasks. A leader assigns ownership. Assigning a task means telling someone what to do. Assigning ownership means trusting someone with an outcome and giving them the authority to make decisions about how to get there. When people own outcomes, not just tasks, they stop waiting to be told what to do. They start solving problems. That is what role clarity actually does. It does not just organize a company, it unlocks the people in it. So, responsible is who does the work, accountable is who owns the outcome, and there can only be one. Consulted is who you ask before, informed is who you tell after. Take one process your team is confused about right now. A product launch, a client onboarding, a hiring process. Map it with the RACI template. It takes 30 minutes. The conversations it starts are worth hours of alignment meetings. The free RACI plus accountability matrix template is in the description. Download it, run one session with your team, and see what clarity feels like. Role clarity tells you who owns what. But what about who decides what? In the next video, I tackle decision clarity. What happens when people have the role but not the authority to make the decisions that role requires? Subscribe so you do not miss it. Tesselize, making all the pieces fit.